Hi, I'm Cillian McNamara, and that's Cillian with the C. I know what you're all thinking. Another short, obviously over-bullied, geeky kid doing stand-up. And so to combat that, I'm going to try and do something different. I'm going to jump straight into my first joke. So, my name is Cillian McNamara with the C. This is not a familiar spelling with the word, and it is not pronounced Cillian, Billion, Jillian, or any other derivative that you could ever possibly imagine, or that my second-year English class came up with. My name was such that our teacher used it as a lesson in phonetics. You can tell I wasn't in a very good English class. But my parents generally just can't name their kids. And it's kind of understandable because my mother's name is Dimpner. An overly long and complicated name. And my father's name is Joe. A short and overly simplified name. So together, with their combined knowledge, they came, and when they were naming their kids, they just totally fucked up. Which you can very clearly see as my elder brother, his name is Francis. Which, as you are aware, I'm sure it's a girl's name. He is aware of it too. I remind him every day. But from what I've learned from my parents, I think that I now know how to name my kids. So I know that when I have a daughter, when she grows up, when she's born really, I'm going to name her then. And I'm going to name her Frances, because it's a girl's name. Pretty obvious. I am currently studying drama in Players. The college still think I'm studying business economics, and so do my parents. My grandmother always used to say, never let college get in the way of your career. So that's what I thoroughly plan on doing. Back to my parents. My mum thinks that I have a computer game addiction, which is of course completely and utterly ridiculous, because I have like lots of hobbies. I enjoy driving, I enjoyed football, I enjoy killing Nazi zombies, which she just doesn't seem to realise. And which is kind of funny, because you think she'd know what an addiction is. My uncle has a very unfortunate shopping addiction. He can't seem to stop buying heroin. He constantly shops till he drops. But as I'm sure you know, and many of you have seen in the news, Charlie Sheen says he is addicted to life. Which seems a bit ridiculous, because I always thought an addiction was meant to be dangerous, as in it was something that you could like overdose from. Like the government should be putting ads out to prevent like this sort of thing happening. So can you imagine like what an ad against it would look like? It's like, have you got a great job, an expensive car, a nice wife? Be careful, because any day now, if you think your life is great, someone might hand you a puppy. But celebrities in general just kind of piss me off. And this stemmed from an early childhood memory of mine. For my 10th birthday, my mother and my whole family brought me out to a pantomime, which I thought was great. And when we were walking in the door, my mother handed the usher a little slip of paper with my name written on it, and she said that like at the end of the show, can you please call out my son's name, because he very much appreciated it. So that was great. The usher went backstage and I was like, oh, it's going to be great. And I don't know what the show was about, but I was just so anxious about for the shout out at the end, and I was really, really excited. And it was a show starring your man off Fair City, your man, suitably vague. And I was really excited, and I was really looking forward to the end. So then the end of the show comes, and then he takes out a list of names that the usher hands him, and he's all like, and I'd like to give a big shout out to Sarah, who's in the audience tonight. Happy 3rd birthday, and Johnny up there, and happy birthday to you too. And of course, a big shout out for his 10th birthday, Cillian McNamara. His character was shortly killed off in Fair City. Another thing that kind of pisses me off, because I was coming out of the coffee shop in the Arts Block recently, and I just saw kind of a poster at the side, and it said that for the price of a cup of coffee a day, you could feed a child in the 3rd world. And I thought to myself, yeah, sure, but you could put him up in a 5-star restaurant and feed him for the rest of his life for the price of a cup of coffee in Starbucks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Cillian McNamara.